Hey everyone! Prepare to be amazed, because what I'm about to reveal might just turn your world upside down. It might sound unbelievable, but some of the things we gladly accept from others could actually be holding us back, like invisible chains. Have you ever stopped to think that the objects around you might be subtly guiding, or misguiding, your life's journey? Today, I'm going to share with you 15 everyday items that you should seriously reconsider collecting or accepting. These could be the hidden obstacles silently blocking your path to happiness and progress. By the end of our time together, you'll understand the incredible power our possessions wield and how they can influence your life in ways you've never imagined. But that's not all. I have a special gift for you to help you on this journey to clarity. If you desire to effortlessly boost the positive energy in your home, I invite you to download my ultimate feng shui home checklist. It's a simple, room-by-room guide designed to help you cultivate peace, prosperity, and harmony within your living space. You can grab it right now, the link is waiting for you in the comments below. Chapter 1: Why Objects Can Hold Hidden Energies. Isn't it truly astonishing how much unseen weight objects can carry? Many things around us, from cherished family heirlooms to spontaneous gifts and even our everyday belongings, possess a much deeper significance than we often realize. Just think for a moment about an object in your home. Maybe it's a beautiful antique mirror passed down from your family. It might seem lovely and full of history, but what if it's also holding on to echoes of past sorrows or unresolved emotions? You see, objects are not simply neutral things. They are like sponges, absorbing the energy of their surroundings. As Buddhist wisdom teaches us, everything in this universe is interconnected. Just as a tree draws in sunlight and nourishment from the earth, objects absorb the vibrations of the experiences they witness. A simple ring, for example, can hold on to the energy of joy, but also stress, heartbreak, or even anger from those who owned it before. Have you ever noticed a subtle shift in your mood when you handle certain items? Perhaps an old box of photographs stirs up feelings of unease, or a gift that once felt uplifting now feels strangely heavy. These objects, you see, carry energy, sometimes energy that no longer resonates with who you are now. This is where the power of mindfulness comes in. By becoming aware of which objects in your life might be radiating negative energy, you can start to declutter not just your physical space, but also your mind and spirit. Letting go of items that no longer serve your well-being is not merely a practical task, it's a deeply spiritual act. It creates a void, an opening for fresh, positive energies to flow into your life. In Buddhism, we call this detachment, the wise practice of releasing what no longer benefits us. It's about recognizing and freeing ourselves from the emotional baggage that clings to these objects. The Buddha taught that releasing attachments, even to physical things, liberates us from suffering and opens the door to new blessings and opportunities for growth. Take a moment to reflect on your own belongings. Are there things in your life that seem to bring you more unease than joy? By mindfully letting go of them, you are creating space for healing and profound transformation. This process is deeply aligned with the Buddhist principle of mindfulness, being truly aware of the energy we carry and what no longer serves our highest good. By releasing the old, you are actively making room for new opportunities, healthier relationships, and significant personal growth. As the Buddha wisely said, when you let go of what you are, you become what you might be. Embrace this liberating process of release and invite greater peace and untold blessings into your life. Chapter 2: Why You Should Never Collect Photos or Objects of the Departed. We often hear that the memories of those we cherish live on in our hearts, and this is a beautiful sentiment. But what if their energy also lingers in the objects we hold on to? While photographs and mementos of loved ones who have passed can be treasured symbols of love and remembrance, they can also carry unresolved emotions and energies that might not always harmonize with our current life path. In many spiritual traditions, including the profound wisdom of Buddhism, it's believed that when someone transitions from this life, their energy doesn't always depart immediately. Objects associated with them can become like bridges, connecting the physical world with the spiritual realm, potentially inviting unresolved energies into our living spaces. For instance, a piece of jewelry passed down from someone who endured great hardship might seem like a precious keepsake, but it could also carry the weight of their past struggles. In Buddhist teachings, we understand that all things are interconnected, and objects, as we discussed, readily absorb the energy surrounding them. This is why we can sometimes experience a subtle, unexplained shift in our emotions simply by holding certain items. The energy from the past, especially if it's tied to loss or unresolved emotions, may not always align with our current state of mind, potentially disrupting our inner peace. A friend once shared a powerful experience. Her grandmother's ring, a cherished family heirloom, started to bring her a strange sense of discomfort after her grandmother's passing. At first, she dismissed it as sentimentality, but over time, she realized the ring seemed to be holding on to her grandmother's unresolved pain and sadness. Only after spiritually cleansing the ring did the unease finally fade away. This story powerfully illustrates how deeply objects can retain the emotional imprints of their past owners. So, what should we do with such objects? Should we simply discard them? Not necessarily. It's about approaching them with mindful respect. If these items are truly important for you to keep, it becomes crucial to spiritually cleanse them before displaying or storing them in your living space. One effective way to do this is by smudging them with sage, an ancient practice known for its ability to clear negative energies. Another gentle method is to place them under the soft light of the full moon to purify them naturally. This process isn't about erasing the past or disrespecting memories. It's about creating a clear space for the present and the future, ensuring that the energy you surround yourself with is in harmony with your current life journey. Buddhist teachings gently encourage mindful detachment, acknowledging and honoring the past without allowing it to define or limit us in the present. By cleansing and treating these objects with care, we ensure they remain symbols of love and cherished remembrance, and not unexpected burdens. As the Buddha wisely said, to hold on to things is to be held by them. By cleansing and honoring these objects with mindful intention, we free ourselves from their potential hold, allowing for growth, peace, and spiritual harmony to gracefully flow into our lives. This delicate balance between honoring the past and living fully in the present moment is absolutely key to creating a life that is enriched by precious memories, yet not bound by them. Chapter 3: Why you should never accept sharp objects as gifts. Have you ever received a knife, a razor, or another sharp object as a gift? While these items might seem like thoughtful gestures or even symbols of skilled craftsmanship, they can carry hidden spiritual implications that are worth considering. Sharp objects are often symbolically linked to themes of division, conflict, and even aggression. Accepting such a gift, unknowingly, can invite negative energy, bad luck, strained relationships, or even subtle spiritual disruptions into your life. In Buddhist philosophy, we understand that everything possesses energy, and sharp objects, by their very nature, symbolize severing and division. Energetically, they can cut bonds between people, damage relationships, and even disrupt your inner peace of mind. An ancient Buddhist story speaks of a young monk who received a beautiful ceremonial knife as a gift. Although it was aesthetically pleasing, it brought him a sense of unease and, surprisingly, strained his relationships with others in the monastery. After seeking guidance from a wise elder, he learned that the knife carried an underlying energy of aggression and division. Through a simple cleansing ritual, the monk was able to restore balance and peace to his life and relationships. If you ever find yourself in the uncomfortable position of receiving such a gift, don't dismiss any feelings of unease. In Buddhist practice, there's a simple yet effective solution: offer to exchange it for a small coin. This small, symbolic gesture neutralizes the potential negative energy associated with the object, restoring energetic balance and protecting your personal space. Remember, it's not just about the physical gift itself, but the subtle energy it carries. By practicing mindfulness, you can ensure that gifts, especially sharp ones, don't inadvertently disrupt your peace or harmonious relationships. Through simple rituals of cleansing and thoughtful exchange, you can actively protect your energy and cultivate greater harmony in your life. Buddhist teachings gently remind us that material attachments can sometimes lead to suffering, but understanding the subtle energies objects carry allows us to live with greater mindfulness, wisdom, and balance. Chapter 4: Shoes, more than just footwear, symbols of your life's journey. When we think about shoes, we often see them as just a practical necessity, something we slip on each day without giving much thought to any deeper meaning. But shoes, in their essence, are far more than just something we wear to protect our feet. In many ways, they are a powerful symbol of the very journey we walk through life. Every mark, every scuff, every crease in the leather subtly tells a story about the path we've walked, our struggles overcome, our triumphs celebrated, the places we've explored, and the choices we've made along the way. Buddhism teaches us that our life path is not a straight, predictable line, it's a beautiful tapestry woven from a series of interconnected moments and decisions, each gracefully leading us to where we are right now. And much like our intricate journey through life, the shoes we wear serve as a tangible reflection of that unique path. They carry the subtle imprints of our experiences, the rhythm of our steps, and the energies we've encountered on our way. But what happens when we literally step into someone else's shoes? Imagine this: you discover a beautiful pair of shoes in a second-hand shop, or perhaps a friend generously offers you a pair they no longer need. At first glance, you might not think twice about putting them on. After all, shoes are meant to protect our feet, right? But on a deeper, more symbolic level, shoes represent movement, progress, and the direction we are taking in our lives. When we wear someone else's shoes, we may unknowingly be taking on their energy, their past struggles, and even their lingering emotional burdens. There's a captivating ancient Buddhist parable about a traveler who embarked on a long and arduous journey. Along his path, he stopped at a humble inn where he met a wise elder who had traveled far and wide across the lands. The elder, noticing the traveler's worn and weary shoes, kindly offered him a new pair that had been left behind by a previous guest. The traveler, filled with gratitude for this unexpected kindness, put them on without a second thought. However, as he continued walking, he began to feel an unexpected heaviness in his heart, a deep, inexplicable sense of weariness that he simply couldn't shake off. The shoes, although physically comfortable, seemed to carry an unseen weight. He soon realized that the subtle energy of the person who had worn them before was somehow affecting his own journey. The shoes, though new to him, had absorbed the burdens and experiences of their previous owner, and he was now unknowingly carrying that weight with each step. This insightful parable beautifully illustrates a profound truth: shoes are not merely objects to shield our feet, they are also carriers of energy. Every pair we wear, especially second-hand shoes, can carry the subtle imprints of the person who wore them before us. The emotional and spiritual energy they've absorbed can subtly influence our own life journey. If the previous owner experienced hardship, stress, or unresolved emotional struggles, that energy may subtly cling to the shoes and, by extension, to the person who wears them now. This isn't to say that all second-hand shoes are inherently negative or that we should avoid them entirely. Instead, it's about cultivating mindfulness regarding the energy we might be taking on when we wear them. The practice of mindfulness, a central teaching in Buddhism, gently encourages us to be deeply aware of the world around us and the energies we interact with. By being consciously aware of the items we choose to wear and how they might subtly affect us, we take greater ownership of our path and the energy we carry with us. To protect your own precious energy and ensure your life journey remains clear of unwanted burdens, it's wise to cleanse any second-hand shoes before you begin wearing them. This cleansing is not just a physical act of cleaning, it's a spiritual act of purification. You can begin by simply walking barefoot on fresh grass or earth, grounding yourself and gently releasing any negative energy that may have accumulated. The earth itself is a natural purifier, and walking upon it can help you reconnect with your own authentic energy and release anything that doesn't serve your well-being. Another simple yet powerful ritual is lightly sprinkling the shoes with salt. Salt has been revered for centuries in many cultures and spiritual practices as a potent tool for purification. It naturally absorbs negative energy, leaving the space or object it touches feeling cleaner and more positive. By using salt, you are creating a subtle energetic buffer between yourself and any energy that might be lingering within the shoes. Additionally, setting a strong, clear intention can work wonders. Before putting on second-hand shoes, take a quiet moment to pause and consciously focus on your intentions. Breathe deeply and gently visualize yourself walking forward unburdened by the past. Set a clear intention that these shoes will now support you on your journey, free from any negative or stagnant energy. This simple act of setting intention beautifully aligns with the Buddhist principle of right intention, being mindful of what we consciously bring into our lives and how we use it to support our personal and spiritual growth. There is a wise, old saying in Buddhism, "The path is made by walking." This profound statement means that life isn't about passively waiting for opportunities to come to us, but rather about actively stepping forward with awareness, intention, and purpose. Shoes, in this meaningful context, are not just about moving from one place to another, they represent the steps we take toward realizing our greater purpose in life. By cleansing and purifying the energy of the shoes we wear, we lovingly ensure that every step we take is aligned with our highest potential, free from the subtle burdens of others. When we wear someone else's shoes without taking the time to cleanse them, we may unknowingly take on their burdens, their lingering fears, or their sense of stagnation. These subtle energies can subtly slow us down, cloud our judgment, and even unconsciously influence the direction of our lives. But by performing these simple rituals of cleansing and consciously setting intentions, we can gently reclaim our power, take ownership of our unique life journey, and keep our path clear of unwanted baggage. Life, much like the journey of a traveler, is full of unexpected twists and turns, and it's ultimately up to each of us to consciously choose the path we walk. Every step truly matters, so when you put on your shoes today, whether they are brand new or gently used, remember the energy they carry. Cleanse them with intention, set your inner compass, and step forward with clarity, purpose, and a truly open heart. Your journey is uniquely yours, and each step you take is a reflection of the energy you bring with you. Make sure it's the kind of energy that will lovingly guide you towards where you truly desire to go. Chapter 5, Cursed Money, the Trap That Blocks True Wealth. Have you ever received money that just didn't feel quite right? Perhaps it was a gift from a friend, an unexpectedly large tip, or money from an unusual source. At first, you might have felt grateful, but shortly afterwards, you found yourself facing unexpected financial challenges. Maybe an unplanned expense popped up, or sudden debts seemed to materialize out of nowhere. If this has ever happened to you, you might have dismissed it as mere coincidence. But the truth is, in many spiritual traditions, including the deep wisdom of Buddhism, it's believed that money carries the subtle energy of its previous owner. If that person was experiencing negative energy, stress, or even had ill intentions, that energy can be subtly transferred to the money, and consequently, to you. This phenomenon isn't just superstition, it's rooted in the understanding that everything in this universe has an energetic frequency, and this includes money. In Buddhism, we understand that everything in the world is interconnected, and the profound law of karma teaches us that our actions, our words, and even objects can hold on to the energy of the past. Money is no different. Think about times when you've received a sum of money from someone who might have been going through a difficult time or was filled with negative emotions. That energy doesn't simply vanish, it subtly attaches to the money, and you, as the receiver, might unknowingly inherit those energies. The Buddha once wisely said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This profound wisdom extends far beyond our thoughts, it gently touches everything we encounter in our lives. If money is subtly tainted by negativity, it can actually block the natural flow of prosperity and abundance in our lives. This is why, in Buddhist practice, it's so important to be mindful not just of our own actions, but also of the energy surrounding us, especially when it comes to material things like money. To lovingly protect yourself from any negative energy that may be attached to money, simply take a moment to cleanse any money you receive before you spend it. It's a simple yet remarkably powerful practice. Gently hold the cash in your hands and visualize it surrounded by bright, warm, positive energy. See it glowing with abundance and prosperity. Affirm, either silently or aloud, that this money will bring nothing but good into your life. In doing so, you gently sever any potential negative ties to the past owner's energy and actively invite positive, abundant energy into your own financial space. This small ritual, rooted in mindfulness and positive intention, helps ensure that money works in harmony with you, and not unexpectedly against you. Chapter 6, Why You Should Never Accept or Borrow a Mirror. Mirrors are so much more than just reflective surfaces we use every day to check our appearance. In many cultures, mirrors are also deeply considered to be portals to other dimensions, like subtle gateways. They are believed to reflect not just what is physically in front of them, but also the lingering energy of those who have gazed into them over time. According to ancient wisdom traditions, the energy left behind within a mirror can subtly linger, influencing the surrounding environment and the person who uses it. If you accept or borrow a mirror from someone else, you might be unknowingly inviting their energy into your personal space, whether that energy is positive or potentially negative. In Buddhist philosophy, the concept of reflection extends far beyond the physical world. The simple act of seeing ourselves in a mirror is symbolic of how we reflect on our own lives and our inner selves. But mirrors can also subtly reflect the energies of the past. And when we bring someone else's mirror into our space, we may unknowingly be inviting their unresolved emotions, past struggles, or even negative patterns into our own lives. I recall a poignant story from Buddhist teachings that perfectly illustrates this. A young monk, new to the monastery, was kindly given an old mirror by one of the senior monks. The senior monk had used it for many years, and although it seemed like a simple object, it held the subtle weight of countless moments within the monastery, both joyful and challenging. The young monk began to use the mirror and soon started to notice unsettling emotions rising within him, feelings of confusion, unexpected doubt, and a sense of inner unrest. He wisely sought advice from the abbot, who gently explained that the mirror had subtly absorbed the energy of its previous owner over many years. The mirror, like a window into the soul, had reflected not just the physical world, but also the accumulated emotions and past struggles of the person who had used it before. Therefore, before you begin using a borrowed or accepted mirror, take a quiet moment to cleanse it spiritually. You can gently smudge it with sage or place it under the soft light of the moon, allowing these natural forces to purify it. As you do this, consciously set the intention that only your own pure energy is reflected back to you. This simple, mindful act ensures that your personal space remains energetically clear, free from the unwanted energies of others, and that you maintain your own inner peace and mental clarity. Chapter 7: Why you should never collect salt from another person. Salt is profoundly more than just a simple cooking ingredient. It holds immense spiritual significance across many cultures, including within Buddhism, where it's deeply believed to purify, protect, and preserve. In ancient times, salt was used not only to preserve food, but also to lovingly protect people and spaces from negative energies. Salt is seen as a natural purifier, a substance that readily absorbs negative energy and gently prevents it from spreading. But what happens when you accept salt from someone else? Salt, just like other items we use in our daily lives, can subtly absorb the energy of the person who possesses it. If you accept salt from someone who is currently going through emotional struggles, mental confusion, or even financial hardship, you might unknowingly take on some of their energy. The salt could subtly carry their burdens, and when you use it, those burdens may, in subtle ways, manifest in your own life. To lovingly protect your own energy, it's always wise to keep your own personal supply of salt, one that is free from the energetic influences of others. Think of it as your own spiritual armor, a subtle shield of protection. This personal salt represents your own positive energy and clear intentions, ensuring that you remain grounded and lovingly protected from any external negativity. Whether it's for spiritual purification practices or simply to protect your inner peace and well-being, maintaining your own personal supply of salt helps you safeguard your mental clarity and overall well-being. Chapter 8: Wigs and Hair Extensions, Hidden Spiritual Dangers. Hair is far more than just a physical characteristic, it is a potent vessel of personal energy. Each strand of hair subtly carries with it the emotional and spiritual imprints of the person it once belonged to. When you wear wigs or hair extensions that came from someone else, you are unknowingly tapping into their unique energy field. Whether their life experiences were positive or challenging, the energy from that person's life is, in a subtle way, woven into each strand of their hair. Buddhist teachings beautifully emphasize the profound interconnectedness of all beings. Because of this deep interconnectedness, the energies we exchange with others, whether consciously or unconsciously, can subtly influence us. If you wear someone else's hair, you may unknowingly absorb their past struggles, lingering anxieties, or even misfortune that they may have experienced. One story I recall from Buddhist folklore tells of a woman who began wearing a beautiful wig that had once belonged to someone who had lived through immense hardship and sorrow. She soon noticed her own life becoming unexpectedly filled with difficulties, unexplained emotional turmoil, financial problems, and struggles in her relationships. After seeking wise guidance, she was gently told that the wig was subtly carrying the unresolved energy of its previous owner. She then performed a cleansing ritual on the wig, and gradually, her life began to return to a state of balance and harmony. If you choose to wear wigs or hair extensions, it's crucial to cleanse them spiritually before wearing them. Gently smudging them with sage or carefully soaking them in salt water can help clear any lingering negative energy. By purifying these items, you lovingly protect your own energy field and maintain your own spiritual clarity and well-being. Chapter 9: Secondhand Jewelry and Accessories. Jewelry often holds immense sentimental value and can subtly carry emotional energy from its past owners. Think about a ring that has been lovingly passed down through generations within a family, perhaps a ring worn by someone who endured financial struggles, or a necklace that was once worn during a time of profound heartbreak. The subtle energy of those past experiences can gently attach itself to the jewelry and, unknowingly, transfer to you when you wear it. Therefore, before wearing any second-hand jewelry, it is wise to cleanse it spiritually. Use simple rituals such as gently smudging it with sage or placing the item under the soft light of the full moon to clear away any unwanted energy. This simple act of purification helps ensure that the jewelry you wear serves you in a positive way, rather than unknowingly carrying the emotional baggage of someone else's past. Chapter 10: Handkerchiefs and Personal Cloth Items. Handkerchiefs are often seen as just practical, everyday items, but they actually hold a deeper significance than we often realize. They absorb much more than just physical dirt, they also readily soak up emotional and spiritual energy. Just think about the times you've used a handkerchief, perhaps when you were feeling unwell, under stress, or experiencing grief. These personal items subtly absorb the strong emotions tied to those particular moments in time. If you accept or share a handkerchief with someone, you may unknowingly take on some of the burdens of the person who used it before you. Be mindful about sharing or receiving personal cloth items, and consider the subtle emotional or spiritual weight they might be carrying. Before using them, it's important to cleanse them spiritually to ensure they don't carry any emotional residue from past struggles or experiences. The objects we choose to surround ourselves with all carry energy, and the things we accept into our lives can subtly influence our spiritual path. Whether it's a gift, a second-hand item, or a seemingly harmless object, each piece carries an energetic signature that can impact our lives in ways we may not always be aware of. By cultivating mindfulness and practicing simple cleansing rituals, we can lovingly protect our personal space and our own energy field, ensuring that we attract positive influences into our lives. If you found these insights valuable today, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more wisdom and guidance on your journey. Your personal breakthrough begins right now. Embrace it with clarity, inner peace, and profound wisdom. And now I'm going to tell you the most important thing. Remember to always be mindful of the energy you bring into your life and the energy you surround yourself with. This awareness is the key to unlocking true happiness and well-being. Watch to the end and you'll find out the most important thing. Your inner peace is your greatest treasure. The important thing is ahead. Continue to learn, grow, and shine your light brightly. Now I'm going to tell you the gist. By being mindful of the objects in your life and cleansing them when necessary, you are actively creating a more positive and harmonious journey for yourself.